All right, how's everybody doing? Let's see if people can, excuse me, let's see if I can be heard on here. Can't really tell how loud I am, so where do I go for here? Oh yeah, by the way, sorry about that. Here we are. Let's see if this makes it any louder. Just the drop. I apologize, I'm just listening to the thing. All right, so as you saw the title, we are doing a tier list stream today. I will go ahead and mute this. I'll turn it on one more time once I get to the tier list just to make sure, everything is Gucci. Oh, did I click the wrong? I did. That is my apologies. All right, I will go ahead unmute real quick and see how audio's doing, and then if it's doing all right, we can go ahead and start the tier list. I think we're all right. All right. So I have three tier lists here. I have a tournament tier list. I have an obstacle tier list, and I have a competitor tier list. So we're going to start out with the competitor tier list here. We have categories ranging from S at the top line to Torisawa at the bottom. So first off, I'm gonna go Kazuhiko Akiyama. I'm gonna give him a B tier just because besides his cons end, like he honestly did not do that much. Um, I gotta go B tier. Uh, Naoyuki Araki, I believe that he's only made stage three. I think it's been 3 times he's made stage 3, 4 times maybe. Um, I'm gonna put him in B tier just for that though, because like that's a hell of an accomplishment. Kazuma Asa was really consistent during his time on the show, but also did not have, oh, sorry. I thought my I thought my location was showing for a minute. I apologize. Um, but yeah, Kazuma Asa, pretty short career. He was consistent throughout that career, but he also never cleared a cliffhanger. So like, I'm gonna put him below Araki. Araki's also never cleared a cliffhanger, so that's kind of tough. For consistency, I'll put him above Araki. All right, Brent Stephenson. We don't talk about Brent. All right, next up we have Kenji Darvish. One of the better, probably one of the best celebrity competitors to ever compete on the show. And Darvish, I'm gonna give him low C tier just because he only made stage 3 once. There's other celebrities out there who have Made stage three more than once. I'm not sure if they're in this tier list. I'm looking through right now. Okay, yeah, there are. There is one that I can see. Also, Torisawa, I really don't want to put him down there. So S through D now. But yeah, Darvish C tier. David Campbell, one of the most successful Americans to ever compete on Sasuke. If we're talking about his Sasuke career alone, I'm gonna give him high B tier because he made stage three twice, was the last man standing in A&W 2 and 3. And besides that, like he didn't do a whole lot on Sasuke. So I'm gonna put him high B. I mean, he was the best performing American twice on the show. I'm gonna move him to A. I'm gonna move him to A. Koji Hashimoto, I think that he is an A tier competitor. Um, Made the final stage, had a good amount of stage three appearances. Gonna put him below Campbell though, just just because I think Campbell had more of an impact on the show itself rather than just like he had more of an impact on the show itself than Koji Hashimoto did. All right, next up we have Masashi Hioki. He's kind of in that same boat as Asa, um, except he's made the stage three a lot more. I'm debating whether I want to put him above or below Akiyama. I think I'm going to put him below, right next to Asa. And then we have a guy who's kind of in the same boat. Hitoshi Kano had pretty much his prime was, well, before Asa as well, but also had a good run during Sasuke Rising. Finally cleared the cliffhanger. Um, for making that final stage, I have to put him in A tier. And I'm going to put him above David Campbell because he did make the final stage once. Consistently made it to stage three through Shin Sasuke and Sasuke Rising. Had a good prime, one of the better primes out of pretty much anybody we'll ever talk about. Next up, we have Jessie Graff. The amount that she has done for Sasuke is just incredible. Stage three twice, cleared stage one 3 times. Before her, there was only one woman to ever clear stage one, and still, like, it's pretty much uncharted territory because only Ayano and Steffi Edelman have done it since. Um, just for that, I'm going B tier. I'm gonna put her below Araki though, obviously, because Araki's made it to stage three more. All right, Kane Kasugi, another guy who's had a really huge impact on the show. Only made the final stage once, has almost a perfect clear rate on stage one, made stage three multiple times in the early days. I'm gonna put him in B tier behind Asa, ahead of Araki. Sorry if my hand's moving, I just like to fidget a lot when I talk. This is a candy cane wrapper, by the way. All right, Tomohiro Kawaguchi had a pretty good prime. He not quite up to, like maybe the Kano level prime, but he had a pretty decent prime, and for that, I'm gonna put him below Koji Hashimoto in A tier, just because Hashimoto's final stage attempt was better. But Kawaguchi has multiple cliffhanger clears under his belt. He has like 6, 7 stage three appearances under his belt. I had to sneak it in somewhere. All right, next up we have Lee Enshi, arguably the most successful foreigner to ever compete on the show. Has made the final stage, has made the third stage a couple times. Um, it's kind of tough. I mean, I think I'm gonna put him above Kawaguchi for now. Um, Levi Muenberg is up next. The first like really big American to kind of get Sasuke going. Um, I mean, we had people like Paul Anthony Tarek, Paul Ham, Travis Allen Schroeder, but Levi, like he came over as qualifier from American Ninja Challenge. Kind of exploded that show in America. Started what David Campbell would pretty much finish. So, and he also had a really good Sasuke career. I mean, he made stage three in Sasuke 20, which was just a brutal course overall. Was the only one to make it to stage three, made it all the way to the Shin cliffhanger. But that's like I can't really put him anywhere just because Asa has made stage three more, and I believe that. Well, also the course was more difficult. The course was more difficult during Shin Sasuke in terms of how it related to the skill level of the competitors at the time compared to Sasuke Rising. So I'm gonna put Levi right above Asa in B tier. Yusuke Morimoto, I don't think this is much of a debate. He's S tier. The real debate is going to come when we get to Nagano and Yuji. Speaking of that, we are at Nagano. I personally have Nagano below Yusuke. Nagano did cap off the longest era in Sasuke history by number of tournaments and number of years. 7 years, 13 tournaments, got a Kanzen. But he also only got one Kanzen. Yusuke has two. And um, Sasuke Rising and then post Sasuke Rising, those stage threes are arguably the hardest stage three has ever been in the show's history. They both had the same number of final stage appearances. They both have five under their belt. Yusuke has two wins, two near Kanzens. Um, Nagano has one win, also two near Kanzens, and 12 and 23. You can even argue that um, 11 and 13 were kind of close. Um, and that's honestly all I gotta say. Yusuke, I don't know. It's pretty close in terms of their prime, but in terms of accolades, I'm putting Yusuke. Like I'd say their primes are pretty much tied because they both Yusuke. I mean, I'd say he's in the tail end of his prime, and he's still consistently making it to stage three. Was consistently making it to the final for a little bit. Nagano, had a pretty good run making it to stage three. Um, Pretty much like he only missed stage three in Sasuke 15, Sasuke 19, Sasuke 20, like 22. Like that's not a lot in that span of um the All Stars era in Shin Sasuke. So they have really similar, really tight primes. It's hard to tell whose prime is better than the other, but in terms of accolades, I gotta put Yusuke over Nagano. All right, next up. All right. Um, I don't know why ads on here are a little bit crazy, but next up we got Shinsuke Nagasaki. Um, and Shinsuke, I'm gonna put him, you know, it's tough to say because who knows if like he had a pretty good, thing going during the golden age or the all-star era of Sasuke. Like he was that young gun. He was like how we view Nakashima, except he was even more, established and pronounced. I think he had more skill for that time at his age than Nakashima does now. No offense to Nakashima, by the way. Also, newer competitors, like really new competitors, aren't in this tier list. Like Nakashima's not in it. Miyaoka's not in it. Okay, Keitaro's in it. Muto's not in it. I don't see him. Kajihara. Okay. Anyway, Shunsuke, I'm gonna go A tier, high A tier for now. Yoshiyuki Okayama had some really, really good clears on Shin Sasuke, some of the most difficult parts. Probably, in my opinion, the most difficult era in Sasuke history, just in terms of clear numbers. Um, cleared was one of three to clear stage one in Sasuke 20, made the final stage in Sasuke 24. Um, Especially at his age too, like late 30s, going on 40, he had a pretty good career for his age. Shorter career for sure, but pretty good. Akira Omori, um, I know this is going to be crazy, but I'm putting him at the bottom of B tier. I almost put him in C tier. Akira Omori, just to me, like, yeah, he made the final stage three times in a row, the very first three tournaments. Helped this, he helped Ninja Warrior kind of, grow in popularity in the very beginning, in the very early days. But then again, it's the first three tournaments. The course was almost laughably easy. I think almost any competitor nowadays out of like the top 15, 20 could just blow past it with no problem. So absolutely no discredit to his accomplishments, but they were on by far the easiest era of the show. Um, Clear numbers too. Besides Sasuke 3 because of the rolling log. Like that was literally the biggest challenge he faced, the rolling log. And after those first three tournaments, he just fell off. Like I don't even think he ever cleared stage one again. But next up we have Ayano Oshima, um, top Japanese woman and Sasuke. Not Kunoichi. I think Ayako Miyake is probably gonna forever hold on to that title. But in terms of just their Sasuke performances, I think she has the best out of any Japanese woman. Um, Only cleared stage one once though, so like I gotta put I gotta put her in C tier. I gotta put her in C tier. Only cleared stage one once. We can't count their accomplishments on any other shows. So we can't count her Kanzen on Kunoichi, although I would love to. It definitely bump her up a little bit. But this is Sasuke only, and she's gotten some deep stage one runs, but hasn't consistently gotten to stage two at all by any means. Um, Hopefully she can change that in 43. We'll see. But next up we have Ryo Matachi. I'm gonna put Ryo not S tier, not S tier. I'm gonna put him A tier, multi-time finalist. Only the third guy on here, or fourth guy on here, because Omori, that has been a finalist multiple times on Sasuke, 27 and 30. Got close both times, by the way. Since 30, he's kind of fallen off a little bit, but, he's had a decent career. I mean, got to stage three in Sasuke 36, Sasuke 39. He's at least consistently getting to stage two in his mid 30s now. Been training his butt off for the vertical limit, so hopefully he can do something on the burst this year. If he makes it there, I think he's got bigger things to worry about in stage one and stage two. Spoiling my results predictions a little bit. Let's move on. Jun Sato, um, though he's never made the final stage, though he's never even cleared a cliffhanger, he is the most consistent competitor in Sasuke history. He has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I believe he has 12 or wait, no. I believe he's cleared stage one 13 times in a row, which is just an incredible accomplishment. 13 or 14. Um, and before last tournament, he had a like a 10 tournament streak, 10 tournament clear streak on stage two. Granted, it was an easier stage two, but like that's still an incredible accomplishment nonetheless. And stage three, whenever he got there, like he didn't even like he only I think he failed the flying bar in 33, but like besides that, I think he's failed the cliffhanger every time he's gotten there. So even that on its own is just incredible. So Jin Sato, high A tier. Can't put him ahead of Rio just because Rio's a multi-time finalist in some pretty difficult parts of the pretty difficult eras of Sasuke. But Bunpei Shiratori up next, All-Star. I'll put him below Shinsuke for now. He's still a finalist. David Campbell was never a finalist. Um, got deep into stage three on multiple occasions. Had a short career. That's the only thing I think that hurts him is that he had a pretty short career. Um, just due to his back pain. I mean, I'm glad he's just back for the fun of it now, but what could have been had he started competing just maybe a couple years earlier? I believe his first tournament was Sasuke 11, so like had he started competing in like Sasuke 8 or like Sasuke 8 or 9 even, like he had a real he could have had a much better chance. He could have got himself a little higher, but very, very respectable career. Deep into stage three, Sasuke 12 finalist. He's done quite a bit. Yusuke Suzuki, who, by the way, I believe this is his last tournament. Um, I'm going to put him in C tier. He's pretty inconsistent. That's the only thing holding him back from B tier. But the career that he's had at his age is pretty good. He's never made the final. I believe furthest he's ever made on the course is the cliffhanger. Made it to stage three like 3 or 4 times, I believe. Oldest, either him or Yuji is the oldest person to do it. I believe it's Yuji right now, but Suzuki in a close second. Got to stage three on some tougher courses too, like 32's course with the rain and everything. He got to stage three. So he's done quite a bit. I mean, if he was more consistent, I think I could bump him up to B tier, but for now, I gotta keep him in C. All right, Tatsuya Tada, multi-time finalist, has not gotten as far up the final stage as Rio though. But you know what? Tada above Rio. Tada above Rio in A tier. Tada's at the top of A tier for me right now. The guy has just it's, it's incredible, honestly. Believe he's on a 7 tournament stage one clear streak. Um, 7 tournament stage two clear streak. Multi-time finalist, Sasuke 37, Sasuke 40. I don't I think he's only failed the cliffhanger once. Like I don't even think that he's failed the cliffhanger at all since Yusuke's second win. So 4 straight cliff dimension clears, which is just um don't know. I don't think anybody else has done that. Yeah, nobody else has done that because he was the only one to do it in 39. So that is just incredible. Really good consistency. Probably easily a top 5 competitor right now. Can get to the final stage, if he wants to. I don't know about this new vertical limit burst. Like he hasn't been handling it that well, but we'll see. Next up, we got Toshihiro Takeda. If it wasn't for Jin Sato, I would call Takeda the most consistent competitor in Sasuke history. Um, the only thing hurting Takeda as well, I'm gonna put Takeda above Jun just because Takeda's cleared cliffhangers before, and being a member of the All Stars, competing in the longest era of the show, doing well in the longest era of the show, even doing well in the Shin Sasuke, having some clears in his 40s. Um, he had an incredible career. Though he never cleared stage three, it's he still had incredible consistency. I believe, um, 11 Sasuke's 11 to 18, he cleared stage one. Sasuke's 11 to 17, he cleared stage two. So he had pretty good consistency run when he was around in his prime during that um, golden era, kind of getting into Shin Sasuke a little bit. Next up, we have Koji Yamada. Um, Best performance out of a number one, I believe, by far. Does that move? I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep him at C. He had a couple stage three appearances. Almost got to the final stage in Sasuke 16, I think it was. Um, but I have to keep him in C tier for now. Katsumi Yamada. I think Yamada is pretty overrated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put him right above Bunpei. Yamada only got to the final stage once. Really good prime though. I mean, from Sasuke 1 to 12, like that was a really good prime for him. Um, but after Sasuke 12, that just kind of tanked his career, and like not all of it is his fault, just because like of his age. But also at the time, he was the closest anybody had ever got to clearing, to achieving Kanten Seiha back when he was climbing in Sasuke 3. So really good career, really good start to his career, I should say. Just kind of fizzled out after Sasuke 12, after the whole glove fiasco, brick climb, all that stuff. Keitaro Yamamoto, I'm going to put him ahead of Kane Kasugi, but right behind Kazuma Asa. Keitaro got into stage three the past 4 tournaments, got to the pipe slider in Sasuke 40 was his best performance. If he can keep this up, maybe he can climb his way up a little bit, consistently getting to the cliffhanger. But Sasuke 42, he failed the swing edge. That's not exactly consistency going. Believe he went from a pipe slider to vertical limit burst to swing edge. That's not exactly the type of trend that you want to be seeing. Down to our final two, Shingo Yamamoto, the only man with perfect attendance. That alone is a huge accomplishment. Um, been to the final stage twice, once during one of on a hard course for competitors at the time. So I'm gonna put Shingo ahead of Kano, right behind Jun. Obviously, Shingo is not the most consistent person just because technique doesn't even exist in his vocabulary. But had a good amount of stage 3 appearances, good amount of stage 2 appearances during his prime. And I'd honestly say his prime went from Sasuke 1 all the way up to Sasuke 20 23, I believe, was the last time that he made stage 3. So Sasuke 1 to Sasuke 23. Yuji Urishihara now, um, also an S tier competitor. However, I'm going to put Yuji below Nagano and Yusuke as the third best Sasuke competitor of all time. I'm going to check chat also real quick just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't think that chat would be very active, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's reactions or comments or anything like that. Samurai, I appreciate you uh, coming in here and talking, um, giving me your reactions. Kazuma Asa could definitely make an argument for A tier, but if not even Masashi Hioki is A tier, I can't see a world where Asa would be A tier. Um, David, yes, I have him in A tier. S tier, I wouldn't put Taki in S tier. I think S tier is reserved for people who have achieved Kanzen Seiya and have also had, a good a good amount of consistency, at least a good prime, um, which in my opinion right now is only Yusuke Nagano and Yuji. Who knows? Maybe Miyaoka could join someday. Um, after like 5, 6, 7 more tournaments. But Yuji, back to Yuji. He's below Yusuke and Nagano just because of his, you know, just because of his career as a whole. Like he made the final stage. Yeah, he made it 3 times, had a bit of a resurgence ever since 36, but like that period from Sasuke 29 to Sasuke 35, really hurt his career because that was the second half of his 30s. That's the time when people like, Hioki were kind of popping off. Kawaguchi was popping off. So, he really needed to capitalize on that kind of 5-year time frame, and he didn't do that. Whereas Nagano was consistent throughout the entirety of his prime, and Yusuke has been consistent pretty much throughout the entirety of his prime. Only two, um, only two exceptions for Yusuke were the wall in 37 and 39 because of the rain. But there you go. That's my Sasuke competitor tier list. Nobody in D tier. Couple guys and a gal in C tier. Um, good amount of guys and also another gal in B tier. A boatload of guys in A tier, and then the top 3 competitors of all time. I think most people would agree with that in S tier. This is an order, by the way. So, like for example, Hada. Um, I actually did not realize how far he had climbed up my rankings before making this, but yeah, Tada, number 4 competitor of all time, fourth best of all time. Um, 3 All Stars in the top 10. Yamada and Bunpei sitting just outside. Akiyama also cracking the top 20. Have a good amount of foreigners too. Like we got Lee and Shi, we got um, David Campbell, Levi Muenberg, Jesse Graff. Not that guy. Though I will say Brent Sasuke's career was pretty good. I'm just not, including him in these rankings just because of the person that he's become ever since um, COVID, and there's no need to really get into it. I really don't want to cause controversy, so I'm just gonna move on. Um, I'm gonna do my obstacle tier list next. So this one's a little different. I didn't do letters. I have legendary, great, good, meh, bad, horrible. Who even approved this? And I can't even tell what this is because some of these pictures are pretty small. This will probably also be the longest tier list because it has the most entries by far. And by the way, the Sasuke tournament tier list only goes up to Sasuke 40. So I'll also share my opinion on 41 and 42. All right. So let's start with the log slope. Um, it's bad, honestly. Just kind of served as a bridge, like hardly eliminated anybody during Sasuke 17. I really don't got much else to say. Circle Hammer, um, also bad. I first time I saw it, I was like, this might be kind of challenging, but it just ended up kind of getting getting figured out really quickly. Also, I'm gonna do the same for this because I don't know. This might only go up to Sasuke 40 as well, so like no twin dia, no screwdriver, no vertical limit burst. Is this the crooked wall? I believe that's the crooked wall, and I actually don't mind the crooked wall. I think it's a good optical. Right before the warped wall as well. Um, I think it does its job. Didn't eliminate too many people, but like it's also kind of that bridge obstacle, and I think it did a more effective job as a bridge obstacle than the log slope did. Uh, Jumping rings or whatever these things are called. Bad. I don't like them. The original, I believe this is the original cliffhanger from Sasuke 4. Um, it's good. The original cliffhanger is a good obstacle. Um, Other variants, of course, after that were a lot better. The ultimate cliffhanger, I think. Um, the crazy variants were all better. The Shin cliffhanger was better, but the original cliffhanger really kickstarted a iconic obstacle in the show's history, so it's got to be about there. Um, the Delta Bridge, who even approved of this? It's one of the worst obstacles in Sasuke history. Sasuke 18 Stage 2. I mean, that's probably just going to be who even approved this. It's just Sasuke 18 Stage 2. I don't know what this is. It looks like a really early obstacle. I'm just gonna. It doesn't look that hard, so honestly, I'm just gonna put it in bad. The Hedgehog. Um, the Hedgehog is just meh. Like it's probably about as middle of the road as you can get as far as balanced obstacles go. Backstream. I think the backstream from 28 to 31 was good, but I think after 32, it just got really, really stale. So I'm gonna go meh on the backstream. This is the bar glider, I believe. I see that little kink in the track. Oh, forgot this thing is touchscreen. Bar glider, better than the pipe slider, so I'm gonna put it in good. The wing slider. Now, if it didn't injure some people, like it injured Daniel Gill in the World Cup, injured Takeda, it would be higher, but I'm gonna have to put it in good for now. This circle slider. Okay, I love the circle slider. I don't know if you can call it a legendary obstacle, so I'm gonna put it in great. I think legendary is reserved for like the best of the best. Circle slider, right there though. Half pipe attack, it's a good obstacle. Um, Not much else to really say. Got brought over to A&W, did some work there. Roulette cylinder, really good start to 25 and 26 stage 3. Really, really good start. I think a lot of Sasuke 25 obstacles are gonna end up on here. Roulette cylinder, I'm gonna put it in great. The planet bridge, it's like it's just meh. It's a gimmicky version of the body prop. Um, is it harder than the body prop? Yeah, I think so. But what is this? The cross bridge, the X the X bridge or something like that. Who even approved of that though? Like this obstacle sucked. Um, chain reaction. was a pretty good obstacle. I don't know. It's a good obstacle. It's a good obstacle. I don't know if I call it great, but it was a really good start to stage two, so it it earns its spot in the good tier. This is the Cliffhanger Kai, I believe. I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check this real quick because I'm honestly not sure. Oh, let's go ahead and check it out. I should probably charge my phone as well. We're we're getting down there. Okay, this is the Cliffhanger Danza. Okay. The Kai goes up and then back down. All right. So the Cliffhanger Danza didn't do much outside of the original Cliffhanger, so I'm gonna put it in meh. It's probably my least favorite Cliffhanger variant. The Cliffhanger Dimension, a lot of people don't like the Dimension just because it's going on this whole crazy Cliffhanger craze, but I absolutely love the Dimension. It's not legendary by any means, but it is a great obstacle. Does its purpose almost perfectly. Would I like it to get replaced after the next content? Yeah, of course, because it is starting to get just a drop stale, but it's a really good obstacle. The Bridge of Blades or the Cross Bridge, it's just meh. I know it's a classic, especially when it got brought over to A&W, it became a classic, but I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. I was never really the biggest fan. It just kind of felt like a quad step that spins. The dance bridge is horrible. I do not like the dance bridge. I can see why it got approved, especially for its time, but I do not like the dance bridge one bit. Cycle Road, also horrible. Literally did nothing. Looks cool to watch, but the obstacle does absolutely no damage. It should honestly just be a stage one obstacle, and even then, it'd be easy even for stage one. The Devil Steps did a really good job during Shin Sasuke. Not a great obstacle, but I'll put them in good. It's a good obstacle. We have a long way to go. My goodness. The double salmon ladder, my favorite variant of the salmon ladder. So I'm gonna put it in great tier. The downhill jump, also a really good obstacle. I don't know if I put it in great, but I'm gonna put it in good for sure. Dragon glider, very, very hit or miss, but most of the time I'd say it's a pretty good obstacle. Sometimes it's built wrong, 38 kind of. It was, I don't even know what happened with 38 because it was just built terribly. Like 37, it was built good. 39, it was built good, but 38, I don't even know what happened. The double warped wall is honestly kind of pointless. I liked it after the tackle, but 28 to 30, it was just absolutely useless. I'm not even gonna lie. Fishbone Kai took an obstacle that was already getting stale, made it a little bit less stale. Um, but I really don't like watching the Fishbone Kai anymore. I mean, it was fun probably up until Sasuke 38. Like I had a couple tournaments of some fun, but ever since Yusuke's second win, I mean, it's just gotten kind of stale. I'm not even gonna lie. I believe that's the flying bar, the stage three flying bar. Horrible. I hate flying bar on stage three. It's 27. It was good. 32, it sucked because of the rain. It had the potential to be good, but it sucked because of the rain. And then they added that godforsaken wire in 33, and it just screwed up the entire obstacle. And ever since then, the obstacle is just so janky. It's just so finicky. And it's so stale too. Like it's been there since 2016 for crying out loud. It's time for it to get replaced. It's time. It didn't get replaced in 43, spoiler alert. But if somebody wins in 43, dear, dear Lord, replace the flying bar. Good concept. It's just built terrible and it's gotten way too freaking stale. The gliding ring, easy alternative to the pipe slider. It's a bad obstacle. I do not like the gliding ring. Lawn jump, really stale first obstacle, but made for some fun moments, especially towards the beginning of tournaments. So I'm gonna put it in meh, especially the guy who smacked his face off of it, kind of saving it from bad tier. Um, Sending climb or hang climb or whatever you prefer to call it. It was a lot better on A&W, I'll admit that. On Sasuke though, it was also good. So like on A&W, it might even be legendary, but as far as Sasuke goes, it's just good. The Hariyama is just meh. Um, I mean, yeah, upper body obstacle for its time on stage 3, but yeah. Doorknob Grasper. I was never a huge fan of the Doorknob Grasper. I think the roulette cylinder did its job as a warm-up obstacle pretty good, so I'm gonna have to put Doorknob Grasper in meh. Is this the chain seesaw? Okay, the chain seesaw is a great obstacle. It it's a darn shame that the chain seesaw only got one tournament. It it's such a shame. Like it could still do a bunch of damage today, even. It's not legendary only because it only got one tournament. If they got more than one tournament, it'd be legendary. But the narrow, one of the worst obstacles, probably the worst in Sasuke history. Nabori Kudari. Is this the Nabori or is it just kind of just the Nabori? Either way, it was good to start out with till like 31 to 34, and then it got good again in 38 because the rolling log kind of messed with the competitors, the dizziness and all that. I'll use that. Let's move on. But yeah, the Namori Kudari got really stale after 38, so it's a bad obstacle. The rope glider caused a ton of injuries, but it's just meh because, it was a fun obstacle. Which Prism tilt, um, the old Prism tilt, this new Prism seesaw tilts a lot faster, but the old Prism tilt was good. It was one of, if not the best first obstacle in Sasuke history. Granted, that's not saying much because the majority of first obstacles in Sasuke history have kind of been crap show. For example, the hurdle jump. I don't know who even approved of that. It's one of my least favorite obstacles ever. Butterfly wall did its job. I won't lie. Maybe if it was like paired with something else, it'd be better. But butterfly wall was good. All right. Spider walk. Instant classic. It's a good obstacle. Not legendary, I don't think. Okay. Who even approved of this? It was the pipe hold before the pipe hold existed, and it just sucked. The cone jump. The cone jump is just meh. Like it's a decent obstacle. It's not good. It's not bad. It's definitely behind the prism tilt, definitely ahead of the hurdle jump. It's kind of like a long jump type obstacle. The reverse conveyor is does pretty good. It does a pretty good job after the backstream. The reverse conveyor is a good obstacle, especially and then also when it was in the really early days of Sasuke, I thought it was a good obstacle as well. Um, Arm rings. I honestly didn't like them that much. They're just meh. the whole like moving climbing wall from the early days of Sasuke really made for some exciting finishes, so I will have to put it in good. The quad steps got so stale. It's a bad obstacle. Good to start, but the after they added them back 32 onwards, it just ruined it. Like I'm glad they're gone. Drum hopper, fun obstacle. Fun obstacle. It's a good obstacle. It's fun to watch. Hammer dodge, I'd also put um, in that tier of good obstacles. I think it's borderline great, but a little bit too easy, especially for as long as they kept it around. Step slider. Step slider and Prism Tilt, that's a really good competition between who's the best optical in Sasuke history, or the best first optical in Sasuke history. I don't like this is just basically the Bridge of Blades, but a drop better, so it's going in meh. The Sending Ladder or whatever it was called, um, served as a good bridge, so I'll put it in good. Rumbling Dice, really, really good obstacle, especially since it was the first obstacle for many years on stage 3. I'm gonna put it in great. Also a pretty fun obstacle to watch. This whole rope climb thing also made for some exciting finishes. Um, Replaced the climbing wall, I believe, so yeah, it goes in good. Balance tank, one of my favorite stage 2 obstacles of all time. I don't know if I'd call it good, but it's definitely up there. Globe Grasper, Lamp Grasper, um, Lamp Grasper to Lamp Grasper Kudari. Sorry, I can't speak. Did its job as kind of another like bridge obstacle, warm up obstacle to cliffhanger. Um, I is that this is the stick slider? Okay, wait, is it the stick slider? Yep, it's the stick slider. Stick slider's bad. I don't like it. Sometimes it's built wrong too. I just don't like it. Now lumberjack climb. Lumberjack climb is a great obstacle. Great optical, so fun to watch, so many down to the wire moments. Failable also. It's a failable last obstacle. You don't see that a ton. Bungee rope climb. I don't even know who approved of this. It's a stupid obstacle. Really stupid obstacle. No matter what stage it'd be on, especially stage 3, it was a really stupid obstacle. Is this the chain seesaw again? If it is the chain seesaw, I think the chain seesaw is on here twice. That's all right. I'll just put it in great again because it's a great obstacle. The music box, horrible. Definitely innovative, but it didn't execute at all. Balance bridge, um, fun obstacle to watch. It's a good obstacle. Fun obstacle to watch in the early days of Sasuke was difficult. Um, the swing ladder, horrible. The original crazy cliffhanger is quite possibly my favorite obstacle of all time. It's going in legendary. There are very few obstacles that I can even think of right now that would go above the cliffhanger. The drum hopper Kai, I believe this is. Um, Took a good concept, made it a little bit better. Still in the same tier though. I wouldn't call Drum Hopper Kai anything a lot better than the original Drum Hopper. The final stage, the Salmon Ladder Jugodan, is so much fun. It is so much fun. It's a great obstacle. Almost legendary. Final stage Spider Climb is good. It's good. I like the old version better where the walls split apart, but the new version isn't bad either. All right, Sunanobori. It is a legendary obstacle. So many freaking moments, so many close races to the finish, most of them ending unsuccessful. It is probably the most hype obstacle whenever a competitor's on it. Curtain clean, I don't like the curtain clean. It's a bad obstacle in my opinion. Giant swing. It's just meh. I mean, it was an okay obstacle, for in the position that it was in on stage one, but the good thing about it was quick. The bad thing about it was pretty freaking easy. I'm not gonna lie. The jump hang kai. I used to like the jump hang kai, and then I started watching older Sasuke tournaments, saw the original jump hang, and I'm like, the original jump hang was somehow harder than the jump hang kai. So jump hang kai is a bad obstacle. Lamp grasper, the original. It's just meh. I like the Kudari a lot better. The log grip, I love the log grip, honestly. I don't love it, but it's a good obstacle. It's a good obstacle. The net bridge. Um, who even approved this? I don't like the net bridge. I don't think anybody likes the net bridge. This is the rope reverse. Rope reverse is a finicky obstacle. It's just meh for me. If it was less finicky, I'd probably like it a lot more. The shoulder walk, yeah, that was stupid. Really stupid obstacle. Slider jump, besides 23, the slider jump, I loved it, so I'll put it in good. I'll put it in good. This whole like rope thing, I like I did not like it as much as like the original, just one rope swing across, race to finish. So it's going in meh. Um, is this the original salmon ladder? The original salmon ladder. All right. The original salmon ladder. I don't like it as much as double salmon ladder, so I'm just gonna put it in good. The hazard swing. I honestly, a lot of people don't like it. For me, like a lot of people despise the hazard swing. For me, it's just meh. I don't know why, it's just meh for me. The swing edge. If we're talking about 42 swing edge, then it's great, but balance it all out with 39 through 41, and it's a good obstacle. Pretty aesthetically ugly though, in my opinion. The Heavenly Ladder. Heavenly Ladder, I did not like it on the final stage, I'm not gonna lie. Dome steps, I like the idea where you don't gotta use your hands. The curve steps are good, so it's a good first obstacle. Um, obviously, nowhere near the prism tilt but it's kind of there with like the step slider. I feel like dome steps into step slide, or yeah, like dome steps into the rope, like the step slider type thing would have been cool. Um, the cargo net, it's a good obstacle. Good races to the finish for so many years, especially in Shin Sasuke and yeah, Shin Sasuke, my bad. The pillar path, back when stage three didn't even know what it was. But it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch back in the day, but just because like stage three hadn't even figured out its identity, it's just meh for me. Propeller bars, I think they are one of the most boring obstacles to watch. Bad obstacle in my opinion. The original like the original curtain clean before they were separated. It's a bad obstacle. I don't like the curtain idea at all. The pole maze. The pole maze for me is just meh. I mean, good, like it's decent for Shin Sasuke standards, decent just for any obstacle standards. Quintuple steps, good, good. Good staple at the show for a lot of years. Good staple. I like it. Rolling Hill, 31 through I'd say 34. Rolling Hill was good. After that, people would start taking way, way too much time on it. And to be fair, that's not the obstacle's fault. Not the obstacle's fault. But it also just kind of lost some of its magic. Like the novelty wore off pretty quick, so I'm just gonna have to put it in meh. 12 Timbers. I enjoy 12 Timbers as a first obstacle. Um, does its job. Pretty hype whenever somebody's on it, so good. It's good. Double Pendulum. A lot of people don't like the double pendulum. I don't think it's a bad obstacle. I'm gonna put it in good. The ascending climber. Is this the hang climber or the ascending climber? I don't even know. Either way, good obstacle. The shin cliffhanger. The shin cliffhanger is a great obstacle. Where did it even go? Okay, there we are. I don't even know what happened there. Shin cliffhanger is a great obstacle. Not quite as good as the crazy cliffhanger in my opinion, but still a really, really good obstacle. The cliffhanger Kai. Also kind of meh. The danza was kind of meh too. Where is the dan? Did I put the danza? I don't even know where the danza went. Oh, there it is. Okay. The jump pain, the original jump pain, I love it. I love it. Such a fun obstacle to watch too. Belongs has a really good spot in the great tier. Rolling log. Do they have a separate one on here for 37th version? I'm trying to look. I'm like scrolling through. There's so many obstacles here. Yes, they do. Okay. The original rolling log was pretty good. Wouldn't call it great, but it was good. The big boulder, I think it was a pretty good obstacle for its time. Pretty innovative too. So, big boulders and good. The Sidewinder. The original Sidewinder. The Sidewinder are very, very innovative for its time. I loved it. Well, I shouldn't say I loved it. And it also got modified in decent enough time too. It was like the Rolling Hill, where it's been just pretty stale for the past decade. So the Sidewinder is in good tier for me. Spinwinder, I also do like the Spinwinder. I think it's a good modification. So I'll also put the Spinwinder in good tier. It's we're getting down to the end. We're getting down to the end. The Skywalk, um, never attempted, so I can't give an opinion. So I'm gonna put it in can't even tell what this is. That is, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even gonna lie. Can't tell what that is. Is it stage two slider jump? If it's stage two slider jump, I like stage two slider jump. Okay. I think it's stage two slider jump. It's a good obstacle, if that's the case. Spider drop. One of the most useless modifications I have ever seen. It's bad. I don't like the spider drop. The spider flip, on the other hand, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do we have a beauty in the spider flip? It's legendary. Legendary obstacle. I don't know if I even have to explain Takeda. Um, Takeda twice on it, honestly. Shin Sasuke, such a good obstacle. Brought into A&W too. Like it's just insane. I loved it. I believe that's the cross slider. I don't know why they're using a picture from Sasuke Vietnam. Cross slider. I mean, compared to what we've got now, it's a good first obstacle for stage two. Swamp salmon ladder is a bad obstacle, especially since all the BS DQs in 30 and of course the rumors about somebody nearly slicing their hand off. Appreciate that, Sasuke Iceberg. By the way, Billy Vids also gave me the okay for the Sasuke to react to the Sasuke Iceberg, the last ever part of it, whenever it should come out. Hopefully it comes out tomorrow. I'd love to react to it tomorrow, but if not, that's okay. I'll probably end up reacting to it at some point. All right. I'm gonna check chat one more time. just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, nighttime was a problem for Crooked Wall. I can agree with that, especially for Akiyama. Okay, pole jump. That's the name of it. I'm an idiot. It did only eliminate one ninja. Cliffhanger down to. All right, I'm gonna move on. Left off. Swap salmon ladder. Bad obstacle. Um, the tackle, when paired with the warped wall, it is incredible. It's a great obstacle when paired with the warped wall. Great, great strength trainer, upper and lower body alike. The pipe slider. I love the original pipe slider better. The one with two tracks, I'm not even sure if it's on here. I don't see it, unfortunately. I did not make this myself. Took a lot of effort though, because like there's probably been easily 200 obstacles in Sasuke history. But anyway, the pipe slider, especially, I think I'm gonna give it great just because in Sasuke Rising and then post Sasuke Rising it kind of sucked, but whenever stoppers are removed, it is an incredible obstacle. If it wasn't for the Sasuke Rising version, or if it wasn't for the post Sasuke Rising version, it'd be legendary easily. This whole bungee rope thing has got to stop. I don't even know who approved that. Get that out of here. The arm bike. Arm bike's a good obstacle. Good to start out stage 3, kind of a warm up for the cliffhanger. So I'll put it in good. Um, Floating boards. I love Sasuke's floating boards. I love them a lot more than A&W's floating boards. I wouldn't call them a great obstacle, but I will call them a good obstacle. The iron paddler. I love the iron paddler. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a really good strength trainer. Going, I think it was right before the cliffhanger too, at a couple, in Sasuke 28 at least. The Devil Blanco, the swing to the pipe slider during that 14 to 16 era is just very few things beat it. It's not legendary, but it's a great obstacle. As you can see, legendary is only the best of the best obstacles in Sasuke history. The flying shoot. The flying shoot is a wonderful obstacle. Oh, great. It's great. The jumping bars, it's a good obstacle. Um, Fun to watch. Not exactly the most challenging, but it's fun to watch. So reverse fly is also, I think, a good obstacle. The warped wall. Warped wall is legendary. I don't know what else I need to say. I'm pretty sure that if you asked 100 people who have like only watched Sasuke or A&W a couple times to name one obstacle, they'd immediately point to the wall. That'd be one of their first, at least three, I mean, probably their first. The Wicked Wall. I don't know who approved of it. I think the Warped Wall should have been around from the beginning, but hey, it's a little odd piece of the early days of Sasuke. I believe this is the Rapid Descent. Um, it was meh. The ring slider is just stupid. The way it was built is stupid. It's one of the dumbest obstacles in Sasuke history. Point blank, plain and simple. I absolutely hate the ring slider. Sure, it wasted time, but it's just built so stupidly. The ultimate cliffhanger. The ultimate cliffhanger is an incredible obstacle. I think you all know where this is going to be going. Um, it's very close between ultimate and crazy, between what, um, considering what would be my favorite cliffhanger of all time. Speaking of the ultra crazy is also a great cliffhanger. Expanded on the idea of the crazy cliffhanger, but also was around to the point where novelty kind of wore off a little bit, but also Cliff Dimension isn't great, so the Unstable Bridge is an instant classic. Not exactly legendary. I don't even know if I call it great, but it's good. It's a good obstacle. Now the metal spin. I think A&W's metal spin was more fun for me, but Sasuke had a really good metal spin too. Um, Genius concept. Great. It's a great obstacle. All right. The 37 onwards rolling log is just meh. Fun to watch in 38. Kind of fun in 42 because of the rain, but besides that, just kind of a snooze fest. I'm not even gonna lie. The spin bridge. Spin bridge, I like. Great obstacle. Great obstacle. Uh, Vertical Limit Kai, that was only around for Sasuke 31. Honestly, don't. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. It was only around for one tournament because also the idea got evolved once again with the next obstacle. So Vertical Limit Kai is going in Legendary, and we have the Try up next. I think the Try is even better than the Kai. It's Legendary. The original Vertical Limit, great concept. The only reason it's not Legendary is because the Kai and Try and now the Burst built off of it. By the way, if the Burst was in here, the Burst would easily be Legendary. But the Vertical Limit, the original Vertical Limit, just one ledge is a great obstacle. The wall lift, so many close finishes. I have to put the wall lift in a great obstacle. The scrolling thing is kind of annoying me, but we're almost done. The spider walk, the original spider walk was also in good, so this whole curtain thing, I don't like curtain obstacles. They kept trying to expand on it too, and I guess the sliding mechanism was a little bit better, but then again, it was kind of built like crap too. Like the original Godan Toby. Fun, a lot faster than the quad steps. Force you to be a lot faster than the quad steps. The Great Wall, like the one with the rope at the top that was around for Shin Sasuke. Not as good as the Warped Wall, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't like it nearly as much as just the regular Warped Wall. The Silk Slider, I think it had the chance. I think it had the chance to be good, but it is quite possibly the best concept, but the worst execution for an obstacle in Sasuke history. And it was kept around for four tournaments. It's just I do not like the Silk Slider. And I don't think anybody else likes the Sasuke Silk Slider either. Now the plank. whatever this is, like the plank jump, walk the plank or whatever. Um, it's a good obstacle. Fun to watch. Hill climb, hill climb is just meh. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what else to say. This modified like balance bridge type thing. Uh, where's the original balance bridge? I think I put it in good somewhere. Yep, it's in good. So modified balance bridge can also go in good, I guess. The body prop, the original body prop, no gimmicks, just it was fun. I'm gonna put it in good. Planet Bridge was just a really gimmicky version. Bridge jump, okay, bridge jump. Um, I love the bridge jump. Quite possibly one of the greatest obstacles in Sasuke history. It's a legendary obstacle. That chain swing is just, it's horrible. Or actually, no, who even came up with the chain swing? Like, my goodness, the jumping spider. Jumping spider is great. It is a great obstacle. Probably after I'm done with this tier list, I'm gonna take like a 5 minute break, get a little bit of something to eat, also get some water because I've been talking for like hour and 15 minutes now. The rolling escargot is also a really good obstacle. Almost great, but it's pretty good. The whole like final rope climb thing to the finish, so much fun to watch, man. It's great. And finally, the very first obstacle in Sasuke history, the cataract climb, the rolling hill ascent, just the ascent. I like the descent better, but they're both meh. They're both meh. So with that being said, these are in no particular order, by the way. There's too many of them for me to sort them into an order. But out of the legendary obstacles, if I put the burst in there, the burst would be my favorite. But out of the ones that are pictured here, I would probably go the original Crazy Cliffhanger is my favorite. And then out of all like the great obstacles, because like that would round out the top 10 for me. Twin Die is not great. I think Twin Die is just meh for me. But great obstacles, it's there's a lot of contenders for sure. Um, it's between Circle Slider, Chain Seesaw, uh, Final Stage Salmon Ladder. Yeah, just between those three. All right. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, about 5 minutes. Gonna get a little bit of something to eat. Starting soon, screen will be up well into the stream. We're all right. So see you guys in about 5. I'm still eating, just a couple more minutes. I'm finishing up a sleeve of Pringles right now. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm gonna make sure that my audio still works. Yeah, we're good. Also, I believe I'm gonna check my channel real quick and check my past live streams, but I believe that this is the longest live stream that I have ever done. I'm gonna check OBS real quick, see how long I've been live. We are at 1 hour and 28 minutes. I had 1 hour 27 when I did a quiz stream last year. Hour 19, hour 20, hour 24. Yep, this is the longest stream that I have ever done. So, and honestly, um, I imagine that the Sasuke Iceberg new the new Sasuke Iceberg video that comes out probably within the next day or two. I imagine that video is going to be um long too. I think it's gonna or I imagine that stream is gonna be longer than this one. I imagine that it's gonna break that record, so this record might not stand for long, but alright, we're gonna start from the beginning here. At Sasuke 1. I'm gonna delete E tier because I really don't think that there's much of a need for it. But Sasuke 1 is C tier. Obviously started it all, had a really, really profound impact on the show, it started everything. We'll just say that. Still a spin-off of Banzuke. I mean, the results of Sasuke 1 were good. Maybe too many people get into the final stage, but then again, they really didn't know how to gauge difficulty. They have never done something like that before, so it makes sense. Sasuke 2, I think, is also a C tier, pretty similar to Sasuke 1, except just outside. More people on stage 3. Hype Cider made its debut, which helps the tournament out quite a bit. So for that, I'm gonna put it ahead of Sasuke 1. Sasuke 3. Where is Sasuke 3? Here it is. Sasuke 3 is an A tier tournament for me. A lot of memorable moments, especially with the pipe slider. Yamada get to the final stage. We had 5 people on the final stage, the closest at the time, closest anybody had ever come to winning. Rolling log on stage 1, there's a lot to list as far as Sasuke 3 goes. Sasuke 4, I think Sasuke 4 is pretty overrated, I'm not gonna lie. Most stage 1 clears in history, kind of. Stage 2 just felt really, really packed. I mean, I like big stage 2s and big stage 3s, but stage 2 felt packed. I think stage 3, I love Sasuke 4's stage 3, um, debut with the cliffhanger, but Sasuke 5 is an A tier, below Sasuke 3 for me. Just because, like, I know it's a renewal tournament, but I just wasn't a huge fan of the results as a whole. Sasuke 6 is, besides Yamada, it doesn't have much going for it. It's a C tier. Um, Sasuke 7, also one of the most forgettable tournaments in Sasuke history, although it was the debut of Nagano, but Nagano got cut. Sasuke 8 is honestly an instant classic. Oh, that's kind of tough. Sasuke 3 or Sasuke 8. Either way, easily the two best tournaments of that early era. I think just from being legend. Why am I checking my neck? What in the world was I doing? Okay, but yeah, just being a legendary tournament overall, I think Sasuke 8 is an A tier. King Kasugi in the final stage. I mean, competitors adapted to the rain, kind of. Stage 3 was honestly really fun. Stage 1 was fun. Sasuke 9 was Nagano's breakout, but besides that, it's really not all that much exciting. Sasuke 10, despite it being an anniversary, I think it was the weakest tournament up to that point. Sasuke 11, Nagano's first final stage attempt, also pretty forgettable, so I'm going to put it ahead of Sasuke 6, right behind Sasuke 9. Look at that, 6, 7. Um, sorry. Sasuke 12, on the other hand, I really like Sasuke 12. It's better than Sasuke 5, in my opinion. It's an A tier tournament. Sasuke Nagano, let me elaborate on Sasuke 12 a little bit. Um, Yamada had a really The whole glove fiasco brick climb thing was just hilarious. Um, Nagano getting the closest anybody had ever gotten to achieving Kanzen without getting the Kanzen. Um, three people on stage four, really, really, really well done. All four stages were really well done, especially three and four. Sasuke 13, it's not D tier. It's not that bad. I think it's kind of a continuation of Sasuke 12, just a lot less eventful. Um, Not gonna get into the final stage for the third time in a row. Again, not achieving content Seiha. Um, it's right there with Sasuke 11. Like they're pretty much interchangeable, but I'll put Sasuke 13 there just for the fun of it. Sasuke 14, I'm a huge fan of all the course changes. Almost A tier for me, but not quite. Sasuke 15, I used to like Sasuke 15. I used to think like the whole heat thing was cool, but then the whole Bunpei thing was cool, and then I realized I grew up and I realized that it was a safety hazard, so C tier. Sasuke 16, they tried course changes. Like I said, I don't mind the reverse fly, but the rope reverse was just too damn too damn gimmicky. Results were pretty much stagnant as far as three late stage three endings in a row is just not what I want, or not what most people would want for Sasuke. Uh, Sasuke 17, though, I don't know if I need to do much elaborating as S tier. All of the four stages were really well done. Um, Again, kind of like Sasuke 12, the tournament just got better as it went on. 3 and 4 are some of my favorites of all time. Um, that stage 4 is quite possibly my favorite stage 4 of all time, besides probably Sasuke 24. You got the elephant in the room, Nagano Kanzen. You got Shunsuke just blazing his way to the final stage at like 18 years old. Had some alright breakout stars, like you had like Yuta Adachi getting stage 3 and that type of stuff. So Sasuke 17, S tier tournament first. Sasuke 18, I'm gonna get some hate, but Sasuke 18. Oh, do I want to put an S or do I want to put an A? I'm gonna put an A. The tournament itself, the race was really fun. Stage one was really well done, I think. Stage two is just what kills it for me, because stage two just had some duds. It had the net bridge, it had um the shoulder walk, like it just stage two was just kind of a dud, and it's a shame. It's a shame that that's what keeps it from getting to S tier. Stage three was also pretty well done though, even though there were only three people on it. Shin Cliffhanger, I love the Shin Cliffhanger. Jumping Spider. Most of the course changes were good, but stage two, man. If it wasn't for stage two, I think Sasuke 18 is easily an S tier. Sasuke 19. I used to hate Sasuke 19 because I love seeing stage three and four, but Sasuke 19, it's definitely grown on me. Just the absolute massacre of competitors is it's kind of fun to see that every once in a while, I'm not gonna lie. So Sasuke 19 is a B tier for me. Sasuke 20 is I'll put it above Sasuke 16 just just because of Levi, but 20 is just a drag to sit through, kind of like 10. Um, Results honestly did not improve much from Sasuke 19. We had one guy on stage three, three people on stage two, and we would have ended on stage two again. Another piece of ice, another iceberg trivia thing. Levi Muenberg wasn't even supposed to clear the stick slider. That thing was built so wrong in Sasuke 20 that he said that his clear was an accident. Sasuke 21, however, Sasuke 21 is a. I'll put it in between 6 and 7. It's a C tier. Sasuke 21 is definitely a C tier tournament. Stage 1 was good. Stage 2 was good. Stage 3 just ruined it. Stage 3 just ruined it completely. I mean, the end of the tournament can make, as Universal Tuber said, the end of a tournament can make or break that tournament. And Sasuke 21, that it was break it. It was one of the worst endings in Sasuke history. Nagano getting screwed over by the gliding ring. pretty much robbed of a second content because had he made it to the final stage, he had a shot at contenting. I mean, it's a shame. Sasuke 22 though was a lot better, I'll admit. Top of B tier, almost A tier. Really saw some of the new stars break out, especially Yuji Uruchihara. Sasuke 23 is when we saw people like Hitoshi Kano break out. Um, I'm gonna put it above Sasuke 8. I really do like Sasuke 23. As I said, Kano and Nagano on the final stage. That's like a really perfect duel between old and new. I really like that, even though neither of them won. Nagano got really close to winning again, almost kind of, asserting the All Stars dominance. Probably one of the greatest what ifs in Sasuke history. Makoto Nagano? What if Makoto Nagano won in Sasuke 23? What if he achieved Kanseiha? But I digress because the best tournament, in my opinion, spoiler alert, is Sasuke 24. I don't know if there is a single thing that I dislike about Sasuke 24. I think from front to back, it is an incredible tournament. Stage 1, probably one of my easily in my top 10 for stage 1s. Stage 2, top 10. Stage 3, top 5. And then stage 4 is easily my favorite stage 4 ever. Easily. Sasuke 3 kinda comes close, but Sasuke 24 had the best stage 4 ever. Sasuke 25 is one of the best renewal tournaments in my opinion. I'm gonna put it. I liked how they brought back a lot of the old obstacles. I'm gonna put it right below Sasuke 23. I liked how they brought back a lot of the old obstacles. Um, I think the results were all right for a renewal tournament. The ultimate cliffhanger just massacred everybody. The reveal was crazy. Stage 3 got such a major overhaul. It was kind of insane. 26. 26 is an F tier for me. 26 is just boring beyond belief. I mean, um, results didn't get any better from Sasuke 25. We had um like hardly any Japanese people clearing. Um, Literally, Octopus Man is probably the biggest highlight of the tournament. Ultimate Cliffhanger just massacred everybody. We didn't see any meaningful progress. 27 to Sasuke 27, however. I'm gonna put it above 5, below Sasuke 12, and A tier. I know the course was nerfed. I know the Ultimate Cliffhanger got nerfed, but still, Sasuke 27 was great, especially since it was seen as the last tournament of the Monster Hunter era. We didn't even know right after Sasuke 27 if we were even. We just all assumed that Sasuke was done. Everybody just assumed that it was done. Um, thank goodness it wasn't, but if that were if that was to be the case and Sasuke was really done after Sasuke 27, then it it was a pretty good tournament to go out with. Sasuke 28 F tier, I don't need to explain myself at all. The reaction move sucks. The course was just so cheaply built. Jump Pain Kai sucked. Double warped wall sucked. Um, Passing wall was stupid. Just It's just the drag. I mean, I get it was their first time, TBS picking the show up Sasuke Rising, but like, y'all could, that was just about the worst they could have done in terms of a reboot. Sasuke 29 is not much better. It's borderline F tier. I don't like Sasuke 29 at all. Besides Yusuke, I there's really not much I like about it besides Yusuke, I'm gonna be honest. Stage 2 was pretty fun, although some people almost drowned in the frickin' backstream. Um, Sasuke 30, really best, by far the best anniversary tournament up to that point. Um, I'm gonna put it ahead of Sasuke 4. I think it was a pretty well done tournament. I liked Rio almost winning. Good stage 3, really fun stage 3 to watch, by the way. Um, Stage 2 kind of drags it down. I think without stage 2, it'd be borderline S tier because the swamp salmon ladders are really stupid in terms of the DQ rules. Sasuke 31. Ooh, I got some decisions to make, I'm not gonna lie. It was the first Sasuke tournament I ever watched, so there's a little bit of bias. I used to have it as my number one tournament. I don't have it as my number one anymore. Um, I think that stage one was kind of meh. After stage one, it was just about the greatest tournament ever, but stage one kind of dragged it down, especially that whole like cut run thing in the 80s where, Kishimoto got cut, Nagasaki got cut, Han got cut, even though he frickin' cleared stage one and two. Um, if it wasn't for like that stretch of stage one, I probably would have it in S tier, but that's just inexcusable for me. Stage one was just kind of meh. Sasuke 32, a lot of people. Sorry about that. That's gonna trigger some people, I know that, but Sasuke 32, it's a decent tournament. It's better than 15, in my opinion. Not couldn't belong anywhere in B tier, but it's better than 15 just because it had better results than 15, in my opinion. Good amount of curveballs. Like I know we had Nagano falling on the metal spin in 15, but 32 we had Hyoki on the double pendulum, Asa on the TIE Fighter, Kawn on the TIE Fighter, Darvish on the TIE Fighter. Granted, some of that was due to the rain, but still, stage stage two sucked. Um, let's get the elephant out of the room there. Stage two really sucked. Um, Stage three, it would have been better had it been for the rain. I don't think that outside of the flying bar, stage three was all that bad. Um, but yeah, 32, definitely not the worst thing, but definitely not the best. 33 though is the worst tournament in Sasuke history. Not by a wide margin, but by a decent margin. Um, Stage two was literally the only good thing about 33, and even then, like the ring slider was just boring. Very freaking slow. Stage three, don't even get me started on stage three. The worst stage three by far. Um, like even some really bad stage threes in the past, like 21 and 41, they don't even hold a candle to 33. 33 is just terrible. Stage one sucked too. It was just a drag to sit through as a whole. Literally nothing eventful happened. Like the most eventful thing was Darvish falling on the lumberjack climb and Yusuke's return, I guess. Sasuke 34 was a lot better though. Well, not a lot better, but a little bit better in my opinion. Um, I'll put it in C tier, pretty much middle to low C tier. Better results overall for sure. I think stage three got fixed. It was a decent stage three. Definitely not the best thing we've ever seen, but uh, stage one was really fun to watch during Sasuke 34. Stage two was, stage two. It was just, it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie, but and also we didn't have a final stage. Like at this point, I feel like we should be having a final stage, but no, we had barely any progress made on that ultra crazy vertical limit combo. 35, Sasuke 35. It's one of the better done tournaments. It's going in between Sasuke 14 and Sasuke 30. It's going right smack dab in the middle of B tier because although they added that rest bar, I think that was, in hindsight, that was a good addition. Um, Stage one of 35 was fantastic, mostly due to the Dragon Glider. Stage two of 35, it's modern stage two. It kind of sucked. Stage three, small stage three, but they made of it what they could. We had I believe three people clearing the ultra crazy, so Sasuke 36. My goodness, I love Sasuke 36. Might be the best tournament to never have a content. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. 36 is just stage one. I think stage one kind of went on a little bit too long, but that's honestly a problem with a lot of modern Sasuke tournaments. Um, Stage two, kind of sucked. Obviously you have like Drew sliding off, Wataru Mori kind of getting caught, DQ'd on the reverse conveyor. But what really brings this all together is stage three and four. Uh, One of the best stage threes, I think, in Sasuke history. Um, Obviously Yusuke making the live final. I think the live final just added another layer of excitement to everything on top of that, and it was so close to like that was some of the most that might have been like the most hype I've ever gotten while watching Sasuke live for sure. Um, Sasuke 37. Some people don't like it because of the rain. I honestly don't mind the rain that much. Okay, there we go. Top of B tier for me. The rain is what made it exciting. Looking back in hindsight, I did not like it at first because Yusuke failed, and I was just a little kid who didn't even know what was going on. But looking back objectively, it's a pretty good tournament. Stage one had a lot of curveballs, lots of curveballs because of the rain. Stage two sucked as usual. Um, Stage three on par with 36, just a little bit below 36 is stage three in my opinion. And then final stage, again, live final, though the two attempts weren't the best. Just that being a live final made it really fun. Sasuke 38 is an S tier for me. They had everything, like literally everything. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna put it below Sasuke 17, just because just because the Silk Slider, Sasuke 17 really didn't have any obstacles that were that bad. The Silk Slider is obviously one of the worst obstacles in Sasuke history. I get why it had to be added though because of COVID, but they took what they had during COVID. Um, they worked with what they could, and the product was somehow absolutely amazing. Stage one was really fun. Besides the Dragon Glider kind of screwing up in the Silk Slider, stage one was a blast to watch. Stage two was actually really good, which is a really big reason why this tournament is being bumped up a lot because barely any stage twos in modern Sasuke are good, but this stage two is really good. Dueling Log really messed with the competitors' minds, messed with their dizziness, their head, and they struggled the rest of the course. We only had 5 people on stage three, and it was still a really good stage three. Like we um still had Yusuke on the final stage, and then obviously Yusuke commentating for the second time, probably one of the greatest moments in Sasuke history. Getting thrown in the water with Nagano, of course, too, was just incredible. The whole thing, pretty much from start to finish, was good. Sasuke 39. Looking back, I used to kind of hate Sasuke 39, but looking back, it's not bad. It's honestly not that bad. Could be better for sure. For a renewal, especially, I don't think it was good. Double warped wall after the tackle made it a little bit better. Still kind of pointless though. Stage one was pretty decent. The rain though, kind of. If it wasn't for the rain, we probably would have had 20 plus clears, which is bad thing, a really bad thing, especially for a renewal tournament. What's supposed to be a renewal. Barely any new obstacles too. Like we had that double warped wall added. We had the swing edge. Like it was not much. Stage two went back to being crap. Stage three was not honestly not that bad. It was pretty fun to watch. But yeah, the rain, um, the lack of course changes. If it wasn't a renewal tournament, like it'd probably be B tier, but as a renewal tournament, it just failed completely. And Sasuke 40 perhaps has more memorable moments than any other episode than any other Sasuke tournament in history. It has to go above Sasuke 8 for me. Sasuke 40, man, like I don't even know where I start. Stage one was absolutely fantastic. Though the editing did kind of suck throughout the entire tournament. Um, it wasn't bad though. Like Shingo and Kane, two biggest moments. Ayano clearing, Jesse clearing again, Steffi Edelman clearing. Um, Good amount of people on stage two. Um, Again, stage two was kind of crap, but then again, we got a record-breaking stage three, and it was one of the best stage threes of modern Sasuke. Probably just behind 31, 36, 37 for me. At three finalists, which I mean, I'm not a huge fan of in the second tournament after at Kanzen, but since it was an anniversary tournament, I could kind of understand it. And Yusuke getting agonizingly close to winning a third time. Really, pretty good tournament. Best anniversary tournament by a pretty wide margin. And 41, 42 aren't on here, but 41, 41 goes in between Sasuke 1 and 9 for me. It's pretty much definition of middle of the road. Stage 1 was pretty fun. Stage 2 was pretty crap, and then Stage 3 was one of the worst Stage 3s ever. Um, just because of the editing mostly, and because we had 15 people on Stage 3 and not one clear. So I'm glad, though, that one clear was due to the vertical limit, or not having any clears was due to the vertical limit burst, which I was a big fan of. I love that obstacle. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, probably my favorite obstacle of all time. And Sasuke 42. 42, I'd put in between 37 and 22. 42 was pretty eventful. It just built on what Sasuke 41 had. Vertical Limit Burst storyline was great. A lot of stage 1 clears. Stage 2 kind of sucked. Stage 3 was decent. Still pretty piss poor editing, but better than 41 for sure. And we had a finals. We had Miyaoka finally break through. Of course, it's still Yusuke proof, although that was due to him kind of being sick. But yeah, 42, not a bad tournament by any means. B tier. Um, and I would hope that 43. I don't think 43 has GOAT potential, honestly, but I think it does have A tier potential. Um, Especially if we get another winner and the internationals do well, if they give a good spotlight to the internationals. Um, but I think that's going to do it for the stream. I'm going to zoom back out, zoom back in, sorry. I think that's going to do it for the stream. Had a lot of fun doing this, and like I said, I'm probably going to be doing an iceberg reaction when that comes out. Hopefully tomorrow, if not Friday. Well, actually, it'd be today for pretty much everybody now. Um, so hopefully it comes out on the 18th today. If not, hopefully the 19th. I know I really loved part one of that video. It was like the almost 2 hour one that was on the main TSN channel. So I'm really looking forward to part two. The one of the last TSN videos ever, which, kind of sucks, but hey, it was fun. TSN has been around since 2018. Um, Went through a little bit of a hiatus during like Sasuke 39, but came back with a vengeance during Sasuke 40. Came back better than ever, honestly. Um, like the G4 documentary, the obviously the Iceberg, the Sportsman doc, All Star doc, and just like the regular videos, like the reviews were pretty fun to watch. The news videos were really well done. A lot of praise that I can give to TSN, especially for how they've grown the ninja community, and especially for what they did after Universal Tuber's channel got taken down back in 2020. TSN has really carried the torch for Sasuke channels, and probably once TSN is over, we're gonna have channels like Kane Not Kasugi or Kane Casillas now. Hopefully Billy will carry on his own channel with some Sasuke content. I'll still be here, though I'm not ever gonna be nearly as big as those guys. Um, so But enough rambling. I'm looking forward to that iceberg whenever it should come out, and I had fun streaming. So, with that out of the way, thank you guys.